part of our daily life, and it is entering into our professional life, into our personal life, and our family life. Everywhere there is no area nowadays where there is no stress. I'm sure all of you agree. Probably going through 1 week of induction program, hour after hour, 10 to 5 o'clock or something. Probably it's also stressful, but it is useful. Actually, I mean, ironically, a little stress is good for all of us. Psychologists have said that a little stress will make us motivated, make us focused and energetic towards our goal. Now, this is a new concept, and people generally, the moment we say stress, people want to run away from it, people want to cure it, people want to get it treated. Okay? Do you remember, are you aware that the title of this module is stress management? It is not stress curing, or it is not stress treatment. Okay, we are not here, in a therapeutic way, we are not doctors, we are not trying to, suggest medical measures or remedies for, ridding you, for relieving you of stress. That you can do in a number of ways, not only by taking tablets, not only by visiting a psychiatrist, not by going to a doctor. There are a number of ways you can manage this stress. So the program is about managing the stress, so that stress doesn't hurt you. Stress will not make you ineffective. So that is the only focus of this particular module and our approach in general. Now, there are excellent quotes about stress. More smiling, somebody has said, more smiling, less worrying, more compassion, that is kindness, less judgment. We are always judging others. No, he is good, he is bad, he is average, like this, more blessed, less stressed, more love, and less hate. So the moment we start hating others, we start hurting ourselves. So you must learn to let go. Try to relax. Now, this is what the psychologists say. All of you know, relax, relax. Everybody is saying, relax this, and release this stress. You are never in control anyway. Okay, so, and somebody are not able, those who are not able to manage this stress, commit suicide also. And I wish in a novel, J.K. Rowling's, Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows, there is a quotation, I wish I were dead. And the reply is, and what use would that be to anyone? So by dying, what is it that you are achieving? There's nothing like it. If you want to conquer stress in life, live in the moment. Live in the breath. Now live in the present. Don't live in the past. Okay, don't live in the present. Now I'm a grammar teacher, so past is past is past. Past is past tense. What happened yesterday, 10 years ago? Some people put on a cassette of pain. You ask them, how are you? They will tell you everything that is wrong about them. What happened to them? 1 year ago, 5 years ago, right from their birth. Whatever injustice has been done to them, they go on playing the cassette. It's no use. There is no need for that. And one has to let go of the stress and try to be contented. So, if the problem can be solved, why worry? If there is a difficult problem and it can be solved, then there is no problem. For example, you want to buy a house. No, you don't have money. So go and get a bank loan or a loan from a friend or something. Then the problem is solved. It is a solvable problem. So why worry? If the problem cannot be solved, no, worrying will do you no good. Now, this is such a simple statement, but it is very difficult for us to implement. We all know this, no? If you can solve it, no problem. If it cannot be solved, worrying, will not help. It is easy to say this, but difficult to implement. All of us know, because people are people, we are human beings. Yeah, my body needs laughter as much as it needs tears. Both are cleansers of stress. So a little crying also will relieve the stress. It is not only the children, not only the women, but the men also. They need to cry, and generally laughter is associated with children, and tears are associated with people who are weak. But actually, crying also is good, and it cleans us physically as well as emotionally and mentally. And even the men also, they definitely, they sometimes, they do get stressed, and they also go in for a bit of crying, and there is nothing wrong. So now, let me show you a few pictures. Look at this picture now. The first picture that I have for you is so many facets, so many aspects of stress, like headache, sadness, depression, emotion, work emotion, migraine, anxiety, frustration. So many kinds of facets are there for stress. Now look at this cartoon. According to the latest research, the average human body is 20% water and 80% stress. So much of our body is made of stress only. So of course, this is only a cartoon. It may not be medically correct, but it is true. Probably it is true. Now here is another picture. Depressed, not sleeping, low self-esteem. Still enough about me. What can I do for you? Now the doctor is telling the patient all these things. That is the joke. You go to the doctor with stress. Under stress, you go to him for getting the stress relief. That's why we go, right? But here is a doctor. Probably, they see patient after patient, patient after patient. They also get, depressed. So this is how the doctor is complaining. Now there are 5 stress management strategies. One thing is take a break. Of course, not now. Not from this program. You have to do this. And when you cut a class, what happens also? I will show you. One more picture is coming up. So take a break, relax. And exercise. A little exercise like a walk, or here is a dumbbell. Putting some pressure on your muscles and flexing them will actually release the stress. Smile and laugh. These two are different, but they are connected. One easily smiles, but when do we laugh? What makes you laugh? What is your sense of humor level? Have you ever wondered? Participants, so you need to be more and more humorous. If you want to succeed in classes, a good sense of humor is a must. So one needs to know the jokes. One needs to, open up and, be alive to so many humorous things that are happening all around us. So get social support. You get support. There are a lot of support groups now. There is a WhatsApp group. There is a family group. There is a Facebook group. Friends group. Fellow helpful teachers are there. Mentors are there. So get a support group. Relieve yourself. Share your worry. It will, you divide you share your worry. It will get half. You share your delight or happiness. It will get double. This is what we say. And meditate. So meditation, yoga, all these things, mindfulness, these are some of the concepts that are now available constantly, and everybody is using them also very, very purposeful, right? Now, great. So now somebody opens the email for that day and says, great, only I don't know, I think 16,92,358 emails to answer. My God. So that's a lot. My God, when will I get through all of them? So nobody will answer them. And anyway, it frightens you. Yeah, the workload. So another sign of stress, we invite stress. Look at this lady on the right side. Okay, I need the job done in 2 days. This probably this is the boss. The boss is telling her, I want it done in 2 days. And the assistant or the junior says, I will do it in 1 month. I will do it in 1 week. Now, this is a sure way of inviting stress, because it may not be possible to complete that work in 2 days. When the boss is giving 2 days, you have to ask for 3 days and then try to do it in 2.5 days or 2 days. Okay, but if you say you will do it in 1 day, he will keep asking you after 1 day, is it over? Is it over? He will check with you. Then if you cannot do it, there will be a problem. So this is it. There are only 2 times I feel stressed. One is in the day and other is in the night. Well, if it is, you are feeling stressed deal for in the daytime for 12 hours and in the night time for 12 hours, when are you stress free? No time, all the time you are stressed. Okay, so this is not correct. So when some people say, if I sleep, I will not be stressed. I don't know the stress, but no, our subconscious will always be worried. and probably you get bad dreams, nightmares you will get. And what little you sleep, it is a bad quality sleep. It will not relieve you. Yeah, you will get up, exhausted. Will listen to me. You need to let go. Health, the kids, habits, marriage, net job, all these are worries, and somebody is advising him. Will, you might have to let go of these things. He is coming down in a sort of he's clinging to them. If he is clinging to that bag, if he leaves, he will fall down and die. But somebody is telling him, you leave it, leave it, leave it. Now, top 10 stress management techniques are there. But actually, if you see, there are only two: eat and sleep, eat and sleep, and sleep, eat, eat, eat. So if you eat and sleep, the stress will go away. If you think so, I think we are mistaken. But just by eating a lot, what you like, what you eat, what you like, you eat, it will make you happy for some time. How many laddus can you eat? You're fond of laddus. You take one, then two, maybe three. But go on eating 10, that's difficult, right? So sleep, it will not solve the problems. And then stress management skills. These are the proper kind of stress management skills. We'll begin with reduce the noise. These days, each city is having its own air filter index, and noise index also is there. Unfortunately, Hyderabad city is being listed as one of the noisiest cities, and noise also causes. When I visited the countries abroad, I did not hear many car horns. No, in India we are fond of honking. I also do a lot of needless honking on my car. But every sound, because you see near the hospitals, you get a sign like no horn. Yeah, do not honk, because noise will create stress, self limitations. You know the limitations and work within them. Do the exercise, take healthy diet. Here, apple, milk, and bananas are shown. Banana is such a good fruit, full of sodium and potassium and magnesium. It is such an energy giving thing. You will see in tennis, Nadal, Federer, or anyone, they will quickly eat one banana. Between games, they will take it for getting energy. Sleep habit, regular sleeping, like 6 to 8 hours. Of course, if you are elderly, you cannot sleep for 8 hours at a time. But if you can sleep for 6 or 7 hours, and then in the afternoon you sleep for half an hour power nap, that will help you. And time management. So this is something, all of us like stress management. We have to learn time management so that, time will not cause us stress. Then there is meditation. Of course, this is something over which people are spending a lot of time and money. And then finally, friendly social network. As I said, develop a support group. It will help you. Now, my lecture proper. All this is by way of introduction. So now my stress is the real lecture is beginning. I have an overview, images and quotes I have shown you. Yeah. Now we'll begin with stress. Stress is something you feel the force, extreme force you will feel. Then I'm talking about causes of stress, stress identification questionnaire, remedies and solutions for reducing and managing stress. So I request all the participants to participate, seriously in this lecture, and I'm going to present to you some questionnaires on which you can rate yourself. What causes you stress? What is your stress index and all? You can find out yourself. Okay, now we begin with causes of stress, recognizing and managing your stressors. What are the what we call triggers? Something that triggers your stress. You feel stress easily, and there is something that you don't like. For example, cigarette smoke, or somebody finding fault with you, or some other thing. Some noisy things. Some of my friends cannot see good English movies. Theater, they cannot see because there's a lot of sound and lighting, and even 3D films. They are afraid and they are nervous about watching them. So that is a stress trigger. What causes stress for you? The phone is ringing. Let us say the phone is ringing off the hook. Okay, so the phone, there is a cell phone. How many times you're taking a bath You hear the phone and you want to run and take it. There are a lot of people who are committed to taking the phone immediately. They will rush towards it. Now, but then we have to learn to, suppose you are taking lunch, you stop it. Yeah, you can take the call after the lunch is over. There is no problem. You can take it easy. Your inbox is overflowing. You look at the emails, and there are unanswered mails. There are things that you have to do on a priority basis and then on a less priority basis. You are 45 minutes late for a deadline and your boss is knocking on your door asking how your latest project is going. Okay, already your time is up. Your boss is checking on the progress of your project. Your project is not ready and you have to submit the project by 11. Say it is now 11:45, but you are not ready and your boss is calling every 5 minutes. Are you ready? Can you give it now? So this is what will cause this stress. You are stressed to say the least. These are all examples of acute stress. No, there are short term and they won't last longer than your workday. After the presentation is over, your project presentation is over, there is no tension. You answer the call, there is no tension. But big stressors, are constantly oppressing you, like they include money troubles, job issues, relationship conflicts. For example, conflict with your wife, or maybe if you are a young man, conflict with your girlfriend or husband, and major life changes. For example, a transfer to Assam, a transfer to Kashmir, a transfer to Rajasthan, or some place which you don't like, or unfortunately, such as the loss of a loved one. Suppose some relation of yours, is suddenly lost, you have lost, and it will be a big stress. It takes a long time to get used to that. Small stresses are there, such as long daily commutes and rushed mornings, can also add up over time. So you want to go to your office in a particular way, you have to change 2 buses. You have to get bus number 3 and then 23. If you get 3, you will miss 23. Something like some days, you get 3 and then automatically, easily you get 23. So there is no stress. But stressing, going always by this road will cause you stress. Then you try to go by auto and it will cost you a lot of money. Then finally you go for a 2-wheeler and then you're probably free from this thing. But then again traffic jam will come and then time management. You have to start early. All these are part of our stress. So identify the causes from the list below. Personal problems, health. First of all, aging, diagnosis of a new disease. Generally you are healthy, but your doctor suddenly says you are developing diabetes or you are developing hypertension, and you need to look at your hypothyroid or something, and symptoms are appearing for a higher form of illness. So you please be in touch with me. You need regular monitoring. You don't have health problems. Someone close to you may be coping with an illness. So maybe your friend, your close friend, your father, your wife, your mother, sister, son or daughter, they may have a serious health problem. Then it will affect you. Relationships, arguments with your spouse, with your parent. So, any morning fight with your wife or father or son or children, will upset us. Problems between other members of the family or household also will cause stress. Okay, personal beliefs. Always at a place, you see people arguing about personal religious and political beliefs. People have a lot of time, so they come and fight over, who is a good chief minister, what is happening to AP politics, what is happening to the country, what is happening to the present government, will there be a change of party? All these, people get into arguments. People get into arguments about caste, about religion, about creed, about money, about many things. Emotional problems. When you feel unable to relate to someone, or you need to express your emotions but cannot, you are weighed down. So positive outlets for emotional stress are important. Okay, life changes. The death of a loved one, changing jobs. Suppose you are behind the scenes and suddenly you have to face people. You love to face people, no problem. You are afraid of facing the people, then there is a stress. You are moving house, that means a lot of work. That is also stressful. Money. financial problem, credit card debt, rent, paying the rent, or inability to provide for your family. You are not able to give them a good education, or buy a house for them, or probably you want to go for a small car, you don't have the money. Yeah, you are spending a lot on autos and taxis, and still now you find difficulty. Social issues or occupation and pressure on conflict from a job. Uh, in fact, these days, the job is a big problem. I have seen, people, children, when their father is promoted, they are happy and telling their friends. But their father attends an interview and fails the interview. Even the children and his wife also they suffer. No, so the job itself is a source of pressure. Discrimination. Feeling discriminated against can cause long-term stress. For example, you may experience discrimination on the basis of your race. We don't like foreigners, or we don't like Chinese, or we don't like people from Japan, or or in the West, people, or when you go to America, white people don't like the Negroes. Something like this, right? No, Indians, we are treated, as second-rate citizens in America and in the West. No, ethnicity, gender. So women face discrimination because of their gender, okay, or their sexual orientation. Environment, unsafe neighborhoods, crime-ridden cities. How safe is your city? Nowadays, there is so much of crime. There is so much of thievery, robbery, and rape cases are increasing. And even elderly men and women, children, they are not safe anymore. For example, your children are in America and they are transferred to say from California, they are transferred to East Coast, New York. You are full of worry because people say that New York is a crime-ridden city, and there are a lot of problems there. So even that can cause traumatic events. People who have experienced a traumatic event, a life-threatening situation, often live with long. For example, surviving a robbery, accident, or after a big accident, people feel stressed for a long time even after that. Or for example, somebody has a surgery, a big surgery, like their heart or kidney or something, then they will be remembering, even though they are cured, they will have the mark scars. So dealing with stress, identifying the causes of stress in your life is the first step to management. You should know what is stressing you. Now, as a teacher of communication, I have found, research also supports this, I have found that poor communication leads to big stress. Okay, this is the connection between you want to say something, you want to communicate, you are not able to communicate, and this causes this builds up, piles up. Stress will be piling up, and once you communicate well, you clear your mind, heart, of the problem of the stress, then you are relieved. Poor communication features are very poor listening and no empathy. No, you don't listen, but you go on telling your problems. And when the other man is telling the problems, you don't listen. When you tell your problems, others don't listen. So this is the thing. Dominating talk, always, putting yourself at the center. And me, I have this problem, I have that problem, I'm very powerful, I have a big house, I have a big car, like this. Passive aggressive communication, forgetting, then seeming to agree but change completely. Passive aggressive communication, I want to come back to this at the end of the lecture if there is time, because this is a very important thing. Now, no feedback, you do not know how you are doing on a particular thing. Nobody tells you that you are doing well or you are not doing correctly. No sharing, because hogging all credit or profit. Somebody works very well, you do work, but somebody hogging, hogging means taking away without credit. So barriers of class, caste, religion, they are always there. These are what. Now I ask the participants to participate in this small survey. All of you can participate in this. So what you have to do is you have to mark never, sometimes, and often. Okay, this is never. First one is never, sometimes, and often. So do you suffer from any of the following? And how often do you suffer? Okay. The thing, in the first slide there is no indication, but the second slide, never, sometimes, often. So negative to positive, or whatever. So headaches, how often do you have? Headaches? Is it a cause of the? If you have these some of these problems, they may lead to stress, or already a constant chest pain or a constant headache or constant sleeplessness. They may be symptoms of a big illness that is going to attack you. So headaches, do you suffer from headaches? Some people say, oh, I have a headache. Every time, they say, then you say, why are you saying so much? Why don't you see a doctor? So this is it. Now and then occasionally, for example, once in a month or, once a week or 10 days, once you have a small headache and you take rest or you take a tablet, then it's okay. But headache, how often do you have? Anxiety. Some people are easily finding anxiety about everything, They feel anxious about even small things. Little things will make them angry. Are you getting anxious about, catching a bus or, coming home late or not able to do your deadline or about how your son is studying or about the health status of your wife? How much of anxiety are you feeling? Now, this is physical chest pain and palpitations of the heart. Now, how are you feeling? Have you felt it after a big exercise? Indigestion or nausea. Are you able to digest things? Sleeplessness. Are you able to sleep well? Irritability. Some people are easily irritated. No, their irritability index is very high. You say even something wrong, something bad to them, they will shout at you immediately, because they get irritated quickly. No, that is a bad sign. So backache, no, a lot of people, it comes with the age, but also it can be because of your work. Yeah, how you sit on ergonomics. Yeah, neck ache. Now neck ache, many of the people working with computers like software professionals and others, they suffer from neck ache. And many of these traffic policemen also have a lot of problems. Yeah, people who stand, like lawyers, teachers, all these surgeons. A surgeon, once he enters a theater, sometimes he will have to work with the patient for 5-6 hours completely. He cannot take rest. So stomach disorders, inability to concentrate. Next, are any of these problems are you facing at work? And never, sometimes and often. If you are marking often, if you are going to mark often for any of these things, 2-3 of these things, then definitely there is a problem, and probably you need some treatment or go to a doctor. Noise upsets you. Poor, inadequate lighting. See, it is an interesting thing. Once in a shop, in shopping malls, when there is poor lighting in a shop, people are unhappy and there is less business. When the lighting is more, no, people are energetic and people transact very, very well. So poor lighting also can be cause of stress. Now you enter into some of these hotels now. Now some of them are putting on very, very dark lighting. No, very poor lighting. That's not good. Or you get moving lights, spotlights, and everything is flashy these days. Excessive heat or cold, overcrowding in a bus or anywhere in a hall. You go to a party, everybody is there. A lot of people are there. Poor wind, meeting a lot of people, will cause stress for some people. They want only. I know people who go to a party only at the end, who go to a temple before it is closing. When everybody is there at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m., they will not go. When the temple is closing at 8:30, they will go at 8:15, and they want peace. Dust or fumes, and this is a problem for us now. Poor maintenance of equipment. Yeah. Do you find any of these following causing problems to you? Shift at work, inadequate break, unsocial hours, very heavy workload, yeah, unfair distribution of work. You always get a lot of work, or you get a tough part of the work. Meeting deadlines, job insecurity, losing job, finding a job again and again, underutilization of skills. You are skilled in many things, but you are not asked to use them. Okay? How much control do you feel you have over your job? You are able to plan your own work. You can participate in decision making. I want all the participants to tick one of these things. Okay? You will know about yourselves. Okay, you are able to plan your work. You can participate in decision making. Are you able to, contribute for your own job? You have some control over the pace or the content of your work. Can you choose the work speed with which you can control your work? Now, do you feel you are underpaid and you think that you have given a promotion Somebody is getting, some 5,000 rupees more per month, or you are underpaid, or you are undervalued. People get your work, but they don't value you. You receive appreciation for good work. Are you getting appreciation or not? How do you feel about your job in general? I'm completely happy and enjoy my job. I sometimes feel dissatisfied, but generally enjoy my job. So some dissatisfaction is there. Nobody is fully satisfied. No, we think that our head of department an easy job, but he has a lot of reports. The principal is better, but principal has more. He has to handle 10 heads of departments. Okay, the principal reports to the vice chancellor. Vice chancellor is in charge of the entire university. Okay, like this. So if you feel you are under stress, please state which you feel. Problem, which is the main contributory factor? Is it problems at work or problems at home? First of all, you decide, is it problems at work that is causing a problem? Problems at home, is it health or money or anything? Not having a house, something. Now, please list below what you feel. The main causes of stress in your job. Okay, I'll give just 1 minute for many of you. I am going to take 10:40. I am going to spend another half an hour on this. Okay, on the entire presentation. So this is important. Please see, what is causing stress in your job. It may be mode of work. It may be work that you do not know. It may be work for which you are not qualified. Your skill areas are not matching, but some officer wants you to do that work. So what is the kind of main stress one? What is the cause? Number two, the effects that these have on other workers on the news. How these difficulties are showing their impact on stress on you. Okay, the steps that you think could be taken to ease this situation. So, what is your solution? You want to go to the officer and ask him to change your dress, or change your job, or change the hours of, ask for another shift. What solution is there? Are you aware of the solution? Are you trying to get the solution? So we are now dealing with the de-stressing techniques. How to de-stress yourself? Identify your stress triggers. First of all, is it because of traffic? Then go in another route. Okay, ask for a flexible schedule. Suppose you are not able to go in the morning. Say, let us say your office hours are between 8 and 2 or 4. Then you ask for a thing that is starting between 12 and 8 in the evening. Yeah, and then come back. That is one way. Take a 10-minute walk. Exercise, they say, is a very good stress reliever. So a short walk always, 10-minute walk. Now and then between, people go for a morning walk, but not always possible. So if possible, after lunch, after dinner, if you take a 10-minute walk, the blood will flow and digestion will happen better. Okay, laugh. So research has found that laughing can decrease stress hormones. Luckily, now we are now very happy because we have WhatsApp groups, and you have a music group, you have a laughter group, you have some innovations group, something about culture, something that makes you laugh or something that makes you happy. Okay, once you start laughing, it forces you to feel better. Now, already, I know you must be seeing these laughing clubs. They come to a lawn, or they come to a garden in the morning, or a park, and 5-6 people or 10 people, they go on laughing for no reason, or you don't think there is no joke or anything, but they laugh, and get relieved. No, that's a great thing. Breathe. So power 10. Psychologists are saying take 10 breaths. Focus on feelings of anxiety and stress while inhaling and releasing, and letting it go. Heart boost. Think about 2 of the best moments of your life, and then positive feelings you experience. So remember, give your heart a boost by thinking of something, 2 very good moments of your life. Probably when you got married, or when you got promoted, when you had your first child, or when you got a lottery, or when you decided to go in for a car or a house, or when you got an appreciation. I remember, personally, I remember one of the highlights of my life has been receiving a gold medal from the President of India for a part of Janmabhoomi celebrations. I received a prize from K.R. Narayanan, the President, and I felt very, very happy. I was in the presence of my college students who also got a lot of prizes, and they were happy to see their teacher, getting such a thing. And then when I became professor, no, that was another very good kind of moment. So remember those things. And heart shifting. Here you will take 3 sets of 5 breaths with a 4-second inhale and a 6-second exhale. See, the inhale is 4 and exhale is 6 seconds. So you are exhaling more, but that means you are exhaling slowly. I'm sure I don't have to tell many of you. Probably many of you are aware of yoga techniques and pranayama techniques, and I suggest all of you to download this presentation and keep all these techniques and try to implement them. So if you open the web now, there is Ramdev's, Baba Ramdev Baba's, there are many sites, teaching you, Anulom Viloma, Kapalbhati, many breathing techniques are there. You can do them. Get up earlier. So if you are getting up at 6, get up at 5 and then do some work. So whatever is a big work, if you get to doing, get it done, easily, at least get going. The work will be reduced. You will feel better. Eat well. So what you like, what is a healthy food you eat. And see, what is a healthy food may not be tasty. Right. So what you like, you can eat. Whenever you feel happy, you eat a little, maybe a little chocolate, maybe a good biscuit or a cake, or whatever makes you, but not overeating. So avoid junk food and stick with fruits, vegetables, and foods that are rich in fatty acids, omega-3, and many things, like flaxseed, till, many things are there. Visualize. A short visualization can be the quickest path to getting centered. So can you picture, just the things that you are relaxing, you are eating your favorite biryani or your favorite drink, or, you have in your hand, a cold, your beverage, maybe lemonade, not necessarily a drink, a hard drink, but anything, maybe cocoa or milk or whatever it is, right? So the flavored milk, they're good. So meditate. Time and again, this problem of this habit of deep breathing along with this, meditating. Now there are many meditations, programs are there, mindfulness programs are there, wellness programs are there. Sri Ravi Shankar ji is teaching, Ramdev Baba is teaching. There are so many gurus, Jaggi Vasudev is teaching. There are so many gurus that are available. So if you start meditating, actually in this COVID times, all of you must be must have been told that, taking this inhalation, into the lungs is good. Along with this, meditation for 10-15 minutes a day is going to strengthen your mind and boost your immunity. So meditating is extremely important and useful. My doctor advised me in these times of COVID. Okay, and also later on also. Dry screen brushing. So brush your skin so that the dead cells are removed and your skin will be very, very fresh. Particularly in winter times, this is necessary. Chew some gum. So if you chew gum, you can reduce the stress. If you have noticed, our cricketers, when they are playing, some of them will be, they'll be chewing. They'll be chewing this, gum, chewing gum. They will be eating, and this is how they relax. Okay, there it is. There is people think that fantasizing, thinking of a good scene is good, but here is actually a procedure for doing this. WHOOP, called wish, outcome, obstacle, and plan. So imagine your wish coming true for a few minutes, and then think about what is the hurdle, what's the difficulty in that way, and then you think you have come up with a problem and how you are implementing that solution. You envision, you think about all these things, picture to yourself, and you will get the benefit. Get enough quality. I will speed up now because there is a lot of material. Yeah, so get enough quality sleep and buy a plant. Plant means beautiful air pures. Some of these plants like chamomile, jasmine, lavender, roses, marjoram and skullcap. These are some of the names of the flowers. Plants, you keep them, they will be relaxing you. Now many people put the the night, the plants that give that flower, that give beautiful perfume in the night, Raat Ki Rani, they will do. And count. So whenever you are stressed, count. People say you're angry, you count to 10 and then talk. Okay, hug someone. No, you must have seen in that Chiranjeevi film also, that Shankar or something, where he says, he just my mother used to tell me, you go and hug, your people you love, your stress will be reduced. It is probably true. Now get out of town, take a vacation, go to a place that you like, or take a vacation in a hotel or in your house. Unplug. So remove your shut down your cell phone for a few hours. So don't see it for some time. Okay. Nam yoga hand trick. Now there is simply applying pressure to the space between your second and third knuckle. So now pressing your hands one on another, and doing a lot of this thing. It's very, very useful. And another is visiting your best friend. Visit your best friend and spend time with him. Then it is. Suppose your best friend is not there. So what do you do? If you have a pet cat or pet animal, dog, spend time with him. Practice gratitude. So people say that persons with practice, gratitude will feel very, very happy. Scream, sigh, or sing. So if you let out, if you scream, if you shout, it will also reduce your energy, it reduce your stress. Now, one example I will give you. Actually, our PV Sindhu, the badminton star, was being trained by Pulela Gopichan. And he noticed that coming from a very traditional conservative family, Sindhu, when she missed a shot or when she made a mistake or she made a good shot, she was not shouting or screaming. So he told her to scream. Slowly she began screaming, and you see the champions, they are very, very expressive. They let out the all their stress, by screaming and shouting. Sit in a rocking chair. Movement, will help you. Moving in a rocking chair, moving, to and from. Calendar cushions. So give yourself a lot. Overbook. Don't overbook yourself. Don't overwork. So with this, I'll come to communication checklist. So this is again, never, never, sometimes, and always. So this again is I'm again coming back to communication because this is closely connected with stress. You find good communication skill, you develop the communication, then you are very, very happy. There will be no problem. Okay, if you do not, always you will suffer. This is very, very clear. What happens if you don't express, communicate? You will build up the pressure and suddenly shout at the others. There are a lot of people who will go on taking the stress, and suddenly say something very, very small, something, an ordinary comment, a small negative comment, they will blast like you. They will just burst like that, like a volcano, and they go on blaming you for half an hour. So then you will tell them, why didn't you tell me? If you don't like it, you tell me. You could have told me. And they will say, you never gave me a chance, many, many things. So do you determine the mood of others by looking at their non-verbal cues? No, people go on, do you go on talking or do you look at how others are taking you? Do you check for your non-verbal messages? What are you saying? Your facial expressions? No. Are you watching your how your face looks? Do you do appropriate eye contact? You see, if you don't look at others and talk to them, it means two things. One thing is that you do not like them or you don't give them respect. Another thing is that you are afraid of them. Okay, one thing is you are avoiding contact. Do you actively listen? What do you mean by actively listening? Answering yes or no, asking questions, answering questions. Yeah, all this is active listening. Okay, do you smile? Well, this is a question. Go to the mirror and find. Okay, do you smile easily? Will a smile comes? No. Generally, in any office, there is somebody who will never smile. No? Who smiles very rarely. Yeah, there are people like that. Unfortunately, I'm not one like that. And you should not be. Do you interrupt the speaker? Do you always continuously stop the speaker from speaking? Yeah. Do you allow pauses and silence in your interactions? Do you allow pauses and silence? No. In your interactions, will you stop and give some time? Do you acknowledge the speaker using affirmative language? Do you say yes, right, you're all right, yeah, that's right, that's okay, no problem, true, true, you're right? Are you saying some of these things anytime? Do you paraphrase? Suppose you don't understand what the other person is saying. You say, is this what you are saying? My dear friend, you have just said this. No? Just a minute, please. Just a minute. I'll take a bit of water. Yeah, I'm sure some of you are saying probably, thank you for the break, sir. Do you paraphrase? Or are you putting it in other words? Sir, this is what I understand you are saying. Is this what you are saying? Is this clear? Do you use probing strategies to allow the speaker to develop their message? You go on probing, you're helping them by asking questions. Do you support elaboration that allows for clarification? Do you ask for and give details? Are you able to see another's point of view? Always, don't be limited to what you think you're right. Okay? Do you acknowledge others' ideas? Are you sure you acknowledge others' ideas? You say yes, yes, your idea is right. Maybe you are right. I should try that idea. That looks good to me. Now, can you accept constructive criticism? Somebody says, I think your project, is slow, or I think your solution is not correct, and I think your data is wrong. Now, can you take criticism? Here, I want to tell you about Indian mentality. See, the Indians are known to be very, very extremely oversensitive. If you go abroad and some in the West, they will criticize each other very positively. They will say, yeah, your presentation is good, but I don't agree with the data. Your interpretation, I think it is missing the point here, because of this. They'll give the reasons. But Indians, we are very, very quick to take offense, and we feel insulted. So this we have to avoid. Okay. Now there are A to Z tips to discuss at work. So ask for help if you are the type of person who insists on taking every little task. No, actually, I must tell you the example of one of my brilliant students in NIT Varangal. I have come across in my long career, of almost now 40 years and stepping into 41st year. I have come across several people, several incidents, and I have a very brilliant student who is extremely gifted. Okay, he is in EC, he was in EC department, and already by third year, fourth year, he was presenting papers in America, and he was traveling with faculty to go to New York and places and present, But the problem with the boy was he will accept, 5-6 things at a time, and 1-2 things, after some time, the deadlines will, come in for everything at a time. So there is no staggering, there is no doing things, one after another. He will accept everything because he is gifted, and there is no time. Then he will get stressed. So once his father came to me from Dubai and said, sir, you taught him in first year and he feels happy to talk to you. You please take him to your college doctor, and we have a college psychiatrist. You please take him. I took him, and psychiatrist told him, you are overworking, young man, so don't do so much work, or at least you do it in installments. Breathe, regular breathing exercises and calm you. I'm also trying to do, pranayama in the morning. I do some exercises, and also in the morning, 10 minutes of anuloma, viloma, 10 minutes of kapalbhati, things like that. You do that once in the morning on an empty stomach, and once in the afternoon, you'll be okay. Communicate. So you communicate with people and stop the frustration. Okay. Decaffeinate. Avoid coffee or reduce its intake. So when people are under stress or they have deadline, many of these people in corporates, IT people or business houses, they have deadlines, they have meetings, and then so they will take a lot of coffee, and that is bad for them. Okay. Coffee and tea are good, but in a limited way. Eat right. Eating small healthy snacks of fruits and vegetables. So if you are hungry, and don't take sandwiches, and don't take a burger or pizza, but try to take a fruit like pineapple or apple or pineapple or anything, many things are available, or there are energy bars are there these days. You can take them. When something is bothering you, it is best to just let it go. You give it some time, it will reduce in course of time. So worrying about it too much. Go out for lunch, leave the office and go. Don't bring lunch and stick to the office. Go out and have lunch. Okay, you will feel happy. Go to your hotel, yeah, happy. Hike or bike your hair away. So take a bike and go for a longer drive, or do some hiking, climb a rock or something, you will be happy. Ignore negative vibes. Stay away from cynics. No, there are some people who always put you down, right? You must have come across these people, right? In your life, there are many, many people like that. So they will, you go to them, they will say something negative, you feel unhappy. So avoid them. When you have a lot of work, you avoid going to such people. Now, there is a joke about this, no, some people cause happiness wherever they go. Wherever they go to a kitchen, they make people happy. They go to office, they go to a park, they go to a party, they make people happy. Some people cause happiness whenever they go. Whenever they go away, other people are happy. So you want to belong in the first category, right? Just say no way. Suppose somebody is dumping work on you, you say no, I can't. No, I'm unhappy, or no, what you're saying is making me stressed or making me unhappy. Please stop it. Okay, know your limitations. If you cannot do a particular work of some time, don't take it. Suppose you can do 10 things, you take 10 things. Suppose somebody is dumping 12 or 15 things on you, don't take them because you cannot do it. Don't say, no, I will try to do them. Then it's a commitment. Okay, laugh it off. Studies have found that laughing can reduce stress. In Reader's Digest, they are one of the most famous magazines in the world. Now, there is a column called Laughter the Best Medicine. You know that? Yeah, you please read that. There will be a lot of good jokes on that. Massage your feet. A lot of people with leg pains and knee pains. If you massage your feet, your body will feel warm and happy. Okay, people who cannot sleep also, the day before going to bed, if you massage your feet with oil, coconut oil or mustard oil or olive oil, you will feel happy. Okay. Now nap on the job. So people with diabetes can try this. Yeah, you can read about oil massaging. Nap on the job. So according to NASA, a 26-minute nap can boost workplace performance by 34%. So I'm not talking about people who go to the office and sleep. Not like that. But you work positively. But when you are reaching the level, you cannot work anymore. Your body gets heated. Your mind gets heated. Then cool down. Okay, take rest and then go to sleep. It is called a power nap, right? It's called in English siesta. Siesta means a little afternoon nap or a sleep. Okay. Are you wondering, kids napping, people say kidnapping. Do you think children are taken away when they are sleeping? That's why it is kidnap. Organize your life. So at least your desk, when you want to find something, you don't find it. You want a book, it is not there. You want a file, it is not there. You want a file in a computer, everything is in pell-mell. You are not able to access it in time. For example, I have to make this presentation. I make a lot of preparations. I prepare my slides. I load them. I mail a copy to myself. I mail a copy to the organizer so that, there is a problem, they will solve it. Okay, plan something fun. So when you are stressed, take a good dinner or go for shopping or go to a movie. Okay, quit obsessing. Don't go on thinking. Obsessing means thinking too much about what will happen. Okay, don't do that. So rethink that email. Instead of returning your co-worker's phone call or email, why not walk over to this and ask him? So people generally give email, but if your friend is there nearby, go and talk to him. It is much better. Try these stretches. Clasp your hands above your head and stretch. So stretching at workplace, small exercises will improve your blood flow. Take a deep break. Yeah. Unload your baggage. Feel like venting. Unleash any negativity on a sympathetic friend. So get somebody, talk to them, share your worries with him. And you have to listen. When he tells your worries, you have to listen and suggest a solution. So take a tea break, take an aromatic cup. Nowadays, green tea is there, lemon tea is there. They are very, very good and healthy. Take a vitamin up, so take a good multivitamin. So it is good. But nowadays people are saying, now in COVID times, there is no point in taking one multivitamin, but eat fruits and vegetables that contain these salts and vitamins and minerals. It is better to eat fruits. If you cannot get them, take a vitamin tablet. Okay, but overuse of vitamins also can be very, very dangerous. So walk it off. So getting away from your desk for a little bit helps you relax. In many of the MNCs, now every 6 hours, you will get a prompt on your screen. Have you done your neck exercise? Have you taken a break? Do a test. Have you done a stretch exercise? They will ask you and they will give you time. I am sure in some companies, once a computer, it will stop working after for some time. It will give you, it will force a break on you so that you get refreshed. So excess meetings, suppose you are giving you have a meeting today, tomorrow, and then after 2 days you have 2 meetings, and then 3 meetings. No, you have to work. No, you are overworking. So tell them, no, sir, not possible. We will schedule the meeting next week. If you are the boss, you have a chance. Otherwise, you tell them, sir, my work is important. I'll continue, but please give me some time, right? So yoga, your way to inner peace. So use yoga, use pranayama, use meditation, and take it up. Now this is the Indian way, and look at the future, the vision of our yogis and sages, maharshis, who planned many of these things. You cannot, do exercise in cold weather outside. So how to make the blood flow, So they have come up with asanas, they have come up with pranayama, they have come up with prayer. Now prayer, they say, is a very, very useful kind of exercise. And in many of the, nowadays, if you go to a temple, sometimes people laugh at you. And if you do prayer, people say, what is it good? And what will mantras do? What will this Nam in Japa? What will it do? But if you go to foreign countries, some of them in the West, because, we are conditioned. What is done in the West is standard for us, right? So some of them have prayer rooms. Surgery is going on for your, say, your family member, your father or wife, mother, sister, or son or daughter, and a brother, and you are worried. So all of you, go to a prayer room, and then, there people pray. Doctors say that, when you pray, you don't stop, you stop worrying, and it will have a positive effect. In fact, when I was crossing through the airport of Dubai, and many of the Abu Dhabi or many of these Muslim countries, Islamic countries, you will see that there are prayer rooms, and in the airport, in the like Greenwich Mean Time and all, they show Islamic time, Islamic indicators also, because they accommodate, their religion is so important for them. It is a way of life for them. It's a great, it's a part of their life. So zone out. When your pressure is building up, look out the window, daydream, or put on your headphones and listen to whatever music makes you very, very happy. Nowadays, music is such a part. There's Bluetooth. When you're going in the car or motorbike, you can listen. Yeah, when you're taking a morning walk, you can listen. Some people listen to good, soft music and melodies. Some people listen to, Vishnu Sahasranam or, Lingashtakam or some prayers, some kind of things, There is, some people listen to good talks, or some people listen to TED talks, inspiring things. Yeah, all these things, are there, were available. Now, finally, I come again to your understanding your communication style. What is your communication style? Okay, this is very, very important and directly connected with your stress. There are three basic communication styles: aggressive, passive, and assertive. Okay, what kind of communication style do you have? Aggressive, it means violent and not too much of power. There's a lot of force. Okay, and passive kind of communication style, and then there is an assertive style. Okay, let us see now. Now, what is this style, aggressive style? Now, in this aggressive style, mottos and beliefs are people having this aggressive style of communication. They are stressed and they cause stress to the others by saying everyone should be like me. I am able to do this. Why you are not doing? No, I am never wrong. No, I am always correct. Okay, I have got rights, but you don't have right. You have only responsibility. I have a lot of right to do this, and right to not to do this. Okay, communication style. So their style is close-minded. Okay, not open-minded. Poor listeners, they won't listen. They have difficulty seeing the other person's point of view. Always look at things from their angle. Interrupts, they will not allow the others to speak. Monopolizing the conversation, they hog the conversation. Characteristics are they achieve goals often at others' expense by dominating and bullying. Bullying means actually తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే ఏడిపించడం వేరే వాళ్ళని ఫోర్స్ చేయడం. స్కూల్ సీనియర్ స్టూడెంట్ చిన్న పిల్లల్లో వాళ్ళు డామినేట్ చేస్తుంటారు. దట్స్ కాల్డ్ bullying. Okay, patronizing. No, just looking down on other people. Condescending, that is the same thing. Yeah, sarcastic, using satire. No, behavior puts the others down, doesn't ever think they are wrong. Bossy, moves into other people's space. No, always, intruding. No, contradicting. Non-verbal cues are points and shakes finger. Their body language is threatening, unhappy, squinting eyes, glaring, staring at you, looking at you wrong. Yeah, fast speech or verbal cues or you must do this, you must not do this. Don't ask me why, just do it. You don't ask questions, huh? You just listen to what I say and do it. Okay, verbal abuse, just తిట్టడం గాలి అదేనా. This is also there. And confrontation and problem solving must win arguments. No, always, they always, they win. They put themselves in win-lose situation. They are okay and others are not okay. This strategy, right? Yeah. So feelings, they feel anger, hostility, frustration because they are impatient. So all these are negative. So what is the elements of the passive style? If you have a passive style of communication, you say that no, others are important. No, don't express your true feelings. You keep your feelings bottled up. Don't make waves. Don't disagree. Always say yes. So you are a yes man. Okay, others have more rights than I do. You think that you are a subordinate. Your views do not matter. Anyway, there is an immediate officer. It is their job. Why should I? Yeah. Communication style is very indirect. You don't tell things directly. You don't look people into the eye and say, don't speak up. When you have to say something, you do not speak. You do not contribute. You do not give your mind. Later on, they will say, an officer will say, Mr. Sharma, you could have told me this, during the meeting. Why did you keep quiet? We have lost so much time. We have wasted so much. Sir, I wanted to tell you, sir, but there is no time, sir. But you are not listening, sir. Officer was speaking, sir. I did not want to. I was afraid of talking, sir. So this is very, very wrong. So people are apologetic. They say sorry. A lot of people say sorry very easily. They may not say thank you, but they say sorry. Their behaviors are saying a lot, moving this way and that way, looking this way and that way, letting others make the choices. Yeah, self-effacing, always putting themselves down. Okay, non-verbal cues are hedging, and that is fidgeting, moving restlessly, smiling and nodding in agreement, always downcast eyes. They don't look into the eyes, but put their mind down. Verbal cues, then you should do it. Sir, you do this, sir. You give the initiative. You give the chance to you do it first, sir. I will do later. I cannot do this, sir. I'm not competent. You are better at this. Why don't suppose you have to speak? No, sir. You are a better speaker. You do. You speak for us. So you avoid the problem. You ignore the problem. You withdraw. Now all these are very, very negative kind of behaviors. Now, feelings are you feel that you are powerless, you are helpless, wonders why you don't receive credit because you are not taking it. Chalks lack of recognition to others in immunities. You think that others are enable. Yeah, effects are giving up being human, against of being him or herself. Slowly you lose your identity. You lose your self-esteem, self-confidence, and you are not liked by others because you are taken for granted. Now, we come to an assertive style where
This is the positive style. Assertive, now people get a wrong idea. Like, if you are assertive means you are too assertive. That means you are always speaking your mind. You are always disturbing. You are powerful. No, no, no. Power assertive means saying things positively and speaking your mind. Believes self and others are valuable. Others are valuable, but you are also valuable. Knowing that assertiveness doesn't mean you always win, but you handle the situation effectively. I have rights and so do others. Your communication style is you are an active listener. Yeah, you speak, you make observations. Yeah, you do not judge people. You express, directly and honestly. Sir, I think this deadline is wrong. I think we should not take up this project now. Sir, I think this subject should not be introduced in the curriculum now. I think this should be given in the third year. So like this, you speak. Characteristics are non-judgmental. You are open. Yeah, you don't judge. That is good, bad. Yeah, you trust yourself and trust others. Okay, this is important. Self-confident, self-aware. You are open. Have a sense of humor. You are decisive, etc., etc. So behavior, you operate from choice, knows what is needed, and develops a plan to get it. You are action oriented. You have solutions. You want to act. You are very firm in your views and your actions. You are fair and just. You are fair to yourself. You are fair to others. Okay, you do yourself good and others also good. So you become a good team performing member. Non-verbal cues, open and natural gestures, attentive, interested facial expression. Ramanaik, I'm going to close in 2-3 minutes. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Direct contact, you direct eye contact, non-verbal cues are there. So you are maintaining contact with the others. You have a confident and relaxed posture. That means your body is not, cramped up, it's not, closed. It is open, relaxed, and vocal volume is appropriate. You are not mumbling or jumbling, but you have a varied rate of speech. Now we speak quickly, now we speak loudly, now we speak slowly, now we speak with a low voice. Yeah, you raise voice according to your mood, according to the need, according to the emphasis, you change your rate of speaking. Okay, verbal cues are, sir, I choose to do this, sir. This is my choice. What are my options? Oh, you want me to do this? Sir, when can I do this? Can I do it now? Can I do it in this way? What options, what freedom I have in this? What alternatives do there? Suppose this cannot be done, sir. What other way is there? Can I ask, sir? Like this, you are very open. Your confrontation, you are negotiating. You bargain and trade off. You give and you take. Okay. Now the boss, the aggressive person always takes, he doesn't give. Okay, the passive man always gives, he doesn't take. But you give and also take. Okay, help, opinions, everything. Credit, everything. You give credit, you take credit. Okay, feelings are enthusiasm, well-being, and even temper. You are not losing temper quickly. Yeah, you are not irritable or something. You are not quickly, you don't become angry quickly. The effects are by operating in this optimal zone, speaking your mind, looking at others, expressing yourself clearly, giving others and yours credit. This is the style of assertive style of speaking. So the effects are increased self-esteem, increased confidence, increased self-esteem of others. When others work with you, they also feel energized. So you feel motivated and understood. You think that you have done a good job. You have exercised your, way. Others know that they are where they stand. So this is how one should develop the assertive style. Now, one of the general comments about stress. These days, stress management, as I said, these are all ways to manage your stress. But when stress cannot be managed with the deep breathing, with taking a walk, listening to music, or exercise, or many of these things that I have looked at, if you cannot solve them, then definitely one has to take the help of a medical doctor, preferably a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and get the treatment. It's only that some neurons in the brain or they misbehave, they are less in number, or they autoimmune attacks are there. So when the psychiatrist adjust your problem through good chemicals, the neurons will be acting correctly, and the depression will go away. You become energized and you become normal again. I hope the first year students particularly will be stressed because of many reasons. So kindly, you please be kind to them. You be helpful to them. Actually, being a teacher gives you a lot of opportunities to help the students, and many students help you not for your inputs, not the way you evaluate and give a grade, but the way you are available to him and the way you talk to him and listen to him. When he tells you a problem, you listen. In fact, I had a problem. I had a student who had a problem like, stammering when talking to girl students, particularly, or women, particularly girl students. He was stammering. So he came to me, sir, I'm getting this stammering and stuttering, particularly when I talk to the other sex. And when they are young people, young girls, classmates and others, I get this thing. So I took him to a doctor, and I fixed up an appointment, took him to a psychiatrist, and he felt happy after treatment. There are a lot of people who share their joy and sorrow with you, and be with them and reduce their stress. I'm sure this will give you a lot of satisfaction in the long run. After all, one becomes an assistant professor, then an associate professor, then a professor. Then maybe you're head of department, then a dean. After that, if you're lucky, you become a director, otherwise vice chancellor. Or after that, there's nothing. Okay, what is important is to relieve the stress of the others and to be accessible to the others. So I wish this program the best of success. Thank you very much. Ramanayak, are you there?
Thanks a lot, sir. You have shared your lifetime experience, actually. I request Dr. Afrozuddin to propose the vote of thanks now. Dr. Afrozuddin?
Yeah. Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
It's been a long time.
I remember I conducted a PhD for you, right?
Yes, sir. With your blessings and my guide's blessings, now I'm a doctorate. It's really wonderful, meeting overall again, sir. So I thought of coming to Warangal many a time, but I couldn't come, sir. But definitely in future, if I'm there, I'll definitely meet you, sir. Sure, sir. Yes, sir. And it's really an honorable thing that, the session was really wonderful. It was very informative, really, sir. And it's very elaborate and meticulously designed presentation, sir, because we came to know that there are many things how to get off from the stress, because we may be a negative character in somebody's story, or maybe a hero in somebody's anecdote. It's all about you, how you want to manage stress. And I freshly remember when you came to Anantapur after our interview and all that thing. You had a habit of taking photos. You are fond of photography. Yes, sir. I still remember that fresh paint of your photography, and I thought this is one way of getting let go the stress, and you enjoyed that thing. So I really remembered that quietly, and I learned much from your lifestyle. Yes, sir.
As a photographer.
Yes, sir. True. Truly, sir. So thanks a lot. Thank you so much for your wonderful and expertise, presentation on stress management, because this is one of the biggest challenges that everyone is facing, in the present scenario of COVID, especially.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, sir. So, let us hope that we all, follow what you have discussed so far. And because every point, from the cartoon to the communication skills, whatever, the presentation has gone through, they are all very important. If and only if we follow wholeheartedly, then only we can overcome that stress. So thanks a lot. Thank you very much for the wonderful presentation, sir. Chitra ma'am, thanks for giving an opportunity, ma'am.
Tomorrow, I'll be back after tomorrow. Like,
sure, sir.
Tomorrow I have another lecture on ethics and values.
Sure, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Professor Keshavarao, sir. We look forward to meet you again on day after tomorrow. Another topic. Thank you. Thank you.
I know. Yeah, I will.
Yes.
Thank you. Please give my regards to Chitra, and all the others.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Dear participants, I have an announcement to make. We'll have another session after 10 minutes from now. Now it is 11:25, let's say. We'll meet again at 11:35 sharply. I request the participants to take a break of 10 minutes and join on time at 11:35. We'll have a session on cooperative learning by Professor Raghurama Raju. Thank you so much. Good morning, sir. Raghuram Raj, sir. Your mic is muted.
Please unmute.
Good morning.
Morning, sir. I welcome you again to the second session of yours.
Yeah.
Actually, the topic of today's session is cooperative learning, and I request Professor Raghuram Raju Garu to take over and conduct this session. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
My name is Tabrez, actually.
Thank you very much. Today, let us begin by asking the question regarding what is the relationship between student and the teacher. And in the last session, I have discussed some parts of it by pointing out to you how one could re-look at the relationship. One of the reasons why I made that proposal is not because I have anything objection, any criticism, or I don't like the existing protocols of the relationship between student and teacher. I find they're all fine. There's no problem with this, but sometimes we do find that they don't work. They are not working. So what should we do? Our students are not listening to us. They have they don't show interest in what we are doing. And then they also have, they come and waste lot of their time, and not only they waste their time, they also waste teachers' time. And most importantly, they also waste the time and the resources at the disposal made to them and to us by the institute. There's so much of infrastructure that is built in building IITs, NITs, engineering colleges. See, it's not like the earlier time infrastructure where you just go and there is one light in the one classroom and then you go and teach and then go. No, that is not that's not the scene anymore, because as you know that there are instruments which work continuously. There are various kinds of facilities which are 24/7. So it all means a lot of money by the owners of these institutions, by the government, state governments, and the central government. And I keep telling my colleagues that even for teachers and also for students, it is not just the salaries that we get. Salary is one component of our or the spending by the management. There's a lot of buildings have to be built, they have to be maintained. So when I go to my office, the building is there, my room is there, I have a room, I have computer, I have an AC, and I have all kinds of things. And then there is a lot of security, and I can go there 24/7 anytime and work, particularly in my IIT Tirupati. Even if I go at 2 o'clock in the middle of the night, there are faculty members working, there are students working. So, all these are possible. It's not like all those days where, there's no money spent on maintaining the institution. So there's so much of money spent, so much of exchequer. Instead of, the same money could be spent in eradicating poverty, in, health and things like that. But the society has been generous towards us in trying to get us, what we are today. We have a lot of complaints, but don't think that we should complain unnecessarily. You complain, you use what you have, and then ask for what you don't have. Many times I have people who are all the time complaining what they don't have, and they don't make use of what they have. So this is what I call as kicking the cake for the sake of cream. I think we should refrain from that kind of an activity. So given that, if still with so much of facilities invested, spent on engineering education, if we still have this feeling that the students are not listening to us, and it is not a good feeling to carry with us. It is not a good feeling to carry with us. So we have to be really concerned about that, and I'm really concerned about it. So that's the reason why I thought that there is we need to really relook at not about the solutions, but about the problem. What is the problem with students? Why they don't learn what they are supposed to learn? This is the background that made me to come rethink about the entire procedure of the relationship between student and teacher. And then, I was not saying that will solve our problem. I was only saying that is that the way in which we should now begin to discuss the problems and then see if there is any solution to it or not. So it is not what I was discussing in the last session was not a solution, but a different way of relooking at this problem. So with that take, let me now begin with something which is what is called as cooperative learning. Now, let me take this example of a pure science and applied science. Now, many people consider that there is pure science, which is done by, Newton, Einstein, earlier Kepler, Galileo. Then even, in between you have Copernicus and things like that. And they have done the major kind of discoveries, which are very, very important. And then we have been a very big beneficiaries of that. But there are people, who are the applied oriented people, the engineers, or generally people who have been in the forefront of application. So engineers, apply. But please remember that there is a small catch here. The catch is, it is true that many scientists do not know what their science is capable of in terms of application. Yes, it is true that many scientists don't know how to fix pins. They don't know how to operate the gadgets. They don't even know that, all these things are possible to do. Okay. So electromagnetic theory or, thermodynamics or gravitation or anything, special theory of relativity, field theory, and many of them. If you ask the scientists who have discovered those things in a brilliant way, very, very brilliant way, one of the remarkable ways in which they have done it. If you ask them what are the application part of it, they may not know. Just do not know. That I am ready to accept that. It is the engineers, or what is called as people from the applied areas, who are capable of seeing the application part of it, and they are the ones who know how to use a scientific discovery and put it to use. So there is this division of labor, and that division of labor is very, very important. So an engineer knows how to apply science, but then there is a problem. The problem is, if engineer knows how to apply the scientific theory and does not pay attention at least to have a broad idea about the science that he or she is applying, then that engineer has a danger of relapsing into becoming a polytechnic. There is a difference between a person who is doing polytechnic and a person who is doing engineering or technology. A person who is doing politics does not know what is the scientific part of it. But an engineer is the one. What distinguishes an engineer from a polytechnic person is engineer at least knows some parts of science. That's why in IITs and also some engineering colleges, science, even though it's an engineering college, science is taught. Science is taught because that is what will not make an engineering student from becoming a polytechnic student. So you need to really have that kind of a relationship between these two things. So it is in this context that even though the job of